Hi, I'm Aubrey Burton, and you're at WAC Lighting, Lightivation here, and we're here to introduce our Colorscaping RGB WW product from WAC. So, what we've got here is, it starts with our smart transformer. This transformer is going to operate our Colorscaping products as well as legacy white light products as well. So, on the Colorscaping Accent here, like you're seeing, this is going to be available in an RGB WW. That WW is going to get you 2700 to 6500 Kelvin, as well as the RGB millions of color options for there as well. Now, on this, you're going to be able to run this off of 14.2 stranded wire, your typical landscape wire, 12.2, whatever's in the ground already. And it's got amazing capabilities because it's going to work on PLC, power line communication. What that means is it's actually going to send a signal from the transformer to the fixture over a waveform that looks like this, and we bury micro signals in there to actually communicate with each individual fixture. So what that means is if you have an existing application with, let's say, 10 path lights and you want to swap them to 10 of our Colorscaping path lights, you would be able to individually address each one and tell it to change to a different color or white light. You're also going to get beam adjustment on this fixture as well, so 20 to 60 degree beam spread, similar to many of our other landscape offerings. In setting this up, you're going to take this, you're going to hit zone 1, you're going to hold down the preset button for 6 seconds, it's going to enter a discovery mode. The lights are going to flash, you're going to walk away, get a cup of coffee, you're going to come back, everything's going to be paired. You're going to cycle through the preset buttons and verify that everything's working correctly. There's actually going to be an output indicator here that's going to show you exactly what you're looking for. So, you're going to be able to control also the legacy products, but the legacy products you're going to get on, off, and you're going to be able to put them onto scheduling. When you go to, you're going to be able to dim it as long as the fixture itself was dimmable to begin with. Okay, so this is how you would start the commissioning process. You'd be discovered, you hit your QR code, you're going to download the app, you're going to import the transformer into the app, and then you're going to start your scene creation. So for that, let's shift over here. Awesome. So now you've seen how the technology works. Now it's time to set up our scenes and create our presets. So first, let's talk about what's in the family. You've got your RGB WW tape down below. That's going to be an IP66 rated tape. That WW is going to get you from 27 to 5000 Kelvin on that tape. You're also going to get, of course, the RGB for color mixing. It's got a great inline push-fit connector, so there's not a big connector, bulky connector to try and hide. It's going to look totally uniform and seamless. Here you're going to see your 3 individual options for path lights, all available in the Colorscaping collection. Down here you're going to see your 7-inch hardscape lights, which are also available in a 12-inch. That 12-inch is going to get you 800 delivered lumens on the white light setting. You've got your accent light here as well. You've also got a grand accent in the back shining on that hedgerow. You've got your wall wash fixture shining on that brick wall, as well as 2 in-ground shining up at that brick. You've got your power accent on that large tree. That's that roundish head in the front. And finally, you've got your wall cylinder behind me as well. Now everything's been set to this white light, and frankly, I think that as people ask for color, this is a no-brainer in terms of a colored system. But even in terms of an upcharge over a traditional legacy white light system, this is only a 20 to 30% system upgrade, if you will, for those types of clients. Now, if somebody asks you for a 27 or 3000 Kelvin product, that's fine. One pitch could be, well, if you want to dial in your product specifically for your space and your application that you're using it in, you could go to this product. And what I mean by that is, if you had this as a red brick, you're going to want to hit that with warmer tones, right? You're going to want to hit it with a warmer color temperature. If you have an evergreen or you want to create moonlighting effects, you might want a cooler tone, a 4000K. This is going to enable you to dial every single fixture in specifically for what you're trying to light. And so you're going to have the best looking house on the block with this type of system. That's level 1. Level 2 is now you start adding in your splashes of color. So you have a Japanese maple, you want to hit it with a soft red. You can do that to really give it some punch, create some life and vibrancy in the front of your home. The next level I like to think about is your softer pastel colors. When people think of color RGB lighting, they think of neon, club scenes, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm going to show you what it might look like on just a softer kind of pastel purple, if you will. This is something, an environment that someone could envision themselves in, hanging out, having a glass of wine by a fire pit. It's not so in your face. Now the third application is going to be the one that everyone thinks of first, which is going to be your sports teams are playing and your holiday scenes, right? And so you want to have that punch, and you want to be able to deliver, of course, and we certainly can. So what you're going to see here, this is on a bright red, of course, and what you're going to see is that uniformity of that color, even through different fixture types and chipsets, you're seeing that uniformity color across the color range. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm selecting these scene presets, but you're not limited to these presets at all. In fact, you're going to have a full color wheel that'll also work with tunable white, so you can see that full spectrum. You'll also have an opportunity to dial in specific hue saturation values, as well as a hex code if you're working with a commercial application who has a branding color that you want to reference. Okay, now, what I've shown you so far is changing everything all at once, but I want to show you as well that you're going to be able to select individual fixtures as well. So I'm going to isolate just that hardscape, and I'm going to change just that one to a different color. So even though these are all wired in series, I have individual control and flexibility over each one. Now this is just through the app. Most customers or most clients are not going to pull out their app or their iPad every time they want to change the colors. They're going to work off of the Scene WallStation. Okay, so here we are at the Scene WallStation, and so it's got 4 preset scenes plus up, down, dimming, and an off. Now if I press Scene 1, this might be how I want to enter my home when I come home at night with a soft white light and gentle ambiance. Now if I'm throwing a 4th of July party, I'm going to want to hit Scene Preset 3, which I've got my red, whites, and blues here. If I'm doing something funky, I've got kids over for a pool party, and they just want to see some crazy colors. You know, we do our little kind of Skittles approach here. And so you can do any type of scene presets here. This is going to take 120 volt power, and it's going to communicate by Wi-Fi back to the router to the transformer. If you have more than 4 scenes in mind, that's okay. You can put 2 switches next to one another and program multiple buttons back to the controller. Additionally, you can program groups across transformers. So if you had 10 path lights on one and 10 on another, you could group those together, pick and choose at your will. So this is our Colorscaping launch from WAC. I'm Aubrey Byrne. I hope you enjoyed. Visit us on the web for more at waclighting.com.